Namaste, fellow yogis. I'm excited to celebrate with you no mat today. So today's practice, we will be practicing on the floor, literally. So this is an all standing 20-minute practice. You do need these two things. So a washcloth, something of this sort, and a slippery floor. So you need to bring your device where it's a slippery floor. No carpets, tile works, of course. Wooden floors, laminate, whatever, as long as it's slippery. About the space of, say, 3 yoga mats, because we'll be extending the legs out, okay? So this, fold it like this. I just use rags. And then we don't need the bolster just yet, or the blanket, but we do need a sense of, hello, I'm here, an attitude that you know you can align with. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Definitely need one of these, a soft block. If you don't have a soft block, then a Kleenex box, even a wooden block for some of the things we're doing, but you'll decide, okay? Definitely one of these. You can get this at all the big box stores or go online under my website affiliations and you can purchase some online. Okay, standing in Tadasana, welcome to your 20-minute practice. Let us find our mountain pose. Equal standing feet, hip distance, shoulder distance, or a little wider, depending on how much sugar you had yesterday. Root down through the 4 points of your feet and feel your mountain pose. Literally connect. The spine is nice and long, right from the 4 points of your feet. The tailbone lengthens down, you knit in that belly button. The neck is nice and long, you're it. You're the point the universe is making. From your fingers and your toes, draw in and hug yourself right to the core of your midline. So you're like hugging in. And once you've arranged that, feel it. Even if you move around and dance around, you can still feel the hugging in. Let us bring our hands into prayer and let's begin this practice with one big beautiful Om. So take a deep breath in. Nice. Grounding yourself, blinking your eyes open, release your hands. I'm going to turn sideways and just giving a little root down through the 4 points of both feet and pedal your feet, bending your knees like you're doing one of those still runs. You're moving your feet. You can shake out your shoulders. Today's therapeutic for the pelvis through the standing limbs, of course. So now let's stand through the right leg, pressing down through the 4 points, lift the left heel, and then root down from the waist down, but rise up from the waist up through the crown of the head. And then start to elevate that left knee hip height and infuse the energy from the arches of your feet into the core of your pelvis. So activate your left foot. Some of you, that knee might drip down, pick it up. Pick it up. Not snapping your right leg into submission, but keeping your right leg firm on the ground. We're going to hold this for 5, for 4, shoulders are back, collarbone is open for 3, back of your back shoulder blades are hugging in for 2, and then slowly release that left leg. March it up a little bit and then root down through the left leg, knit the belly button in, and then pick up the right knee, at least hip height if you can. Can you bring it up there? It's okay if you're beginning and you're just getting through some sort of recovery where you're just learning to walk again, I understand. Lift the knee as high as you can. There is a point of reference, yes, the hip, but if it's just getting up here or even toe tapping and bending it is enough. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then release that right leg. Shake it off. Okay, let's do that one more time. So lifting the left knee at the height that you can get it up there, even higher if you can for some of you, and then extending it out without leaning back. You're standing solid through the 4 points of your right foot, through this right leg, through the arch of the foot, so the 4 points of the ball of the foot are down, and you're lifting it up so my spine stays neutral. I'm not leaning or rounding or crouching. It's this standing. For 3 more, for 2, and then release, shake it off. 1 more on the other side. So stand through the left leg, knit the belly button in, nice neutral neck, picking up the right leg, hug in, everything hugs into the midline. You're standing through the 4 points of the left foot, lift and spread your toes if you can, activate your right toes for 5 more, for 4 more, for 3, hands can be on your hips for 2, and then shake it off and release it. Beautiful. Now here's to the nitty gritty. With your yoga block, this girth-wise between your hands, I'm gonna face forward for now, or maybe throughout this whole practice, I'm not sure. So standing through your right leg, we're going to begin with that tea towel, cloth, folded up, no bigger than, a square that'll fit underneath the balls of your feet. So you're standing on it with the balls of your feet like you're wearing high heels, okay? And your feet are matched up. What we're going to do is take our arms directly out in front of us, and then sit the bum back as we extend the left leg out, okay? And then hug it all in. This is what it looks like from the side profile. So again, taking the arms shoulder height, drawing the head of your arm bones in, squeezing the block between your hands, sinking your hips back simultaneously as you extend the left leg out to the left through the ball mound of that foot. And then you hug everything back into the midline. That's 2. We'll do 10 of them on each side. I count horribly. You do you. So once again, I'll face forward. Inhaling, hugging everything into the midline. Exhale, feel that. And then inhale, expand out, bum way back. Exhale, squeeze it in. Got it? Inhale, expand it out. Exhale, squeeze it in. That's about 4. I'm going to do a little sideways one. So that's an inhale, reach it out. Exhale, squeeze it in. That's 5. Okay? Inhale, expand it out. Exhale, squeeze it in as you stand through the strong standing right leg. So it's the right leg that's doing all the work. So you're reaching out, keeping your shoulders broad, and squeezing it all in. Right? You got it. Oh yeah. So you're reaching out, but you're keeping your head and your arm bones in, and you're squeezing it all in. You get to polish your floors at the same time. So I've been talking, so I think there's like 3 more left. You count down your own 10. Make sure your knee does not surpass your toe. So you got to really poke that bum back and squeeze it in. Knit the belly button in, lengthen the tailbone. Your arms are strong. If you need to take a break, release it down. And your final ones, if you haven't done them already, you're squeezing it in. I'm going to do one more. So it's like really reaching out, but keeping your neck broad, and then squeezing it in. Shake it off. Be very mindful your knee does not surpass your toes. And I noticed in the last one, my knee went a little ahead. So we're learning to hug in and work those muscles that often get overextended. And that's why we have joint issues. A lot of hip replacements, not just due to food intake. There's a lot of that going on. That's not a correct, healthy food. No judgments there. But there's a lot of overextending yourself. So let's go right to the other side, okay? So again, attitude. So it's that in-breath, reaching it out. So make sure that that left knee doesn't surpass the toes, and you're pressing through the big ball mound, and you're squeezing everything into the midline and not rushing it, okay? So inhale, express out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Okay, I'm going to count down. That was 10, 9. And I'm squeezing everything in. That's 8. Yeah. Reaching out as I in-breath and exhale, squeezing it in. That's 7 for me. If I mess up your counting, don't listen to me, but feel that. Reaching out, but hugging in at the same time. Squeezing it in. Reaching it out. Make sure that knee doesn't surpass your toes. Squeezing it in. Don't go fast. Slow it down and get this right. So technically, you're feeling that hugging in to bring it up, and we're strengthening all of those hip flexors and extenders. I totally lost my own count, but that's okay. So the knee does not surpass. You really got to stick that booty back and bring it in. And I don't edit. I don't go back on things. I mess up as much as I mess up in my imperfection. I'm going to do one more. Knit that belly button in. And you're reaching, but at the same time you're hugging in, and shake it off. So here you're going to feel, perhaps, maybe you don't, all kinds of things. My floor is so polished now. Big breath in. It's that breath work that we do. Now we're going to move it back in space. So finding your Tadasana, and I'll do a sideways profile. Shake it off. This time, what we're going to do is pressing through the 4 points of your right foot Arms extended, so you could go from here, Tadasana, to inhaling, lunging back. So again, making sure that that right knee does not surpass the toes, and you're pressing back on the balls of your left foot straight back in line with your hip, and then reaching out and then exhaling, squeezing it in. Got it? Tadasana. Take your time. Do at least 10. Equally divide on both sides. Slow down. So that's that. Some of you may just be going here. You can take your arms down if that feels better. It could go. And then when you get able to move the bum further back and in-breath that leg back and sink back. And then exhale, bring it up and in. Okay? So 10. Do what you need to do. So I'm going to sink my hips further back. I'm blossoming my bum and lifting my arms shoulder height. And then I'm squeezing it in, but I'm lifting the standing right toes. I'm not gripping with my right toes. Pressing through the ball mound of the left foot. Moving the bum back in space. You've got it. Oh, I think that was 10. Shake it off. Shake it off. Like shake it off. Take the time. Catch your breath. Move into the belly breath. Organizing yourself for the other side. If you've already gone into the other side, remember, it's not how fast you get this done and how many you've done. That's like zero accountability for being in your sovereignty and taking care of yourself. So slow it down when you're ready. It's that right leg goes back. Make sure the left knee does not surpass your toes, and you're on the balls of that right foot, and then you're lifting your heart up and you're reaching your arms forward. Think of this warrior one pose and crescent lunge, and then exhaling, coming up into that place. So I'm counting down 10 perhaps. It's that exhale, and you can bring your arms down if that feels better. That's 2 or 9. In breath, out, expand, exhale, bring it in. 8. In breath, reach it out. Exhale, bring it in. 7. So squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. In breath, bring it out. That's 6. Squeeze it in. Oh yeah. In breath, bring it out. Oh yeah. Squeeze it in. Take your time. Halfway there for 5. Keep that knee from surpassing your toes for 4. Slow it down. Those that are really athletic, you gotta feel it. Feel it. Squeeze in with the standing left leg. Oh. And remember, for those that are just beginning, it might be a tiny movement. About 2 more. Where are you in this spectrum? And you are exactly where you're meant to be. You're exactly where you're meant to be. You got it. Shake it off. Good. There's one more arrangement, and it really is important. It's a less of an extended movement. It gets right into the flexors as well. Deep breath in, letting go, breath out. I like starting on the slider on the left foot first. What we're going to do for this one is, same thing with your arms. You're working your arms literally front, back, and shoulders by just reaching them out shoulder height. A lot of people have issues doing that, so that's why we're working this position today. Okay, so when you're ready, what it's going to look like is that your bum goes back and your left leg goes forward and your arms reach out, but you're hugging your shoulders in. So it's that position. And then you're exhaling, squeezing it into standing. Inhale, so you're moving your bum back. Do not let your right knee surpass your toes. So you gotta really stick your bum back and extend your left leg forward as your arms are moving forward, and then squeeze it in. Limited movement for a lot of us. Very important. It gets into your erector spinae and a lot of your lumbar spine muscles, okay? So a lot of you will feel it across there. That's it. Just like that. You've got it. So about 10 on each side. Slow it down. So in breath forward. So you're doing your meditation in motion and being present. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reach it. Sink those hips back, shoulders are under your ears. Exhale, bring it in. Okay, I think this is my 10. I'm not sure, but that's all good. And squeeze it in. Shake it off. Okay, slow down. Literally feel. So many of us have been programmed to not feel and just to move through the emotion. Literally, your emotions translate into feelings, and if you're not connected to your feelings, then that's how injury occurs. And that's why a lot of athletes are done after a certain period of time, because cortisone injections are just not feeling again, and then they ruin their tendons, their ligaments, and their joints. So, just saying, okay? Same with the average human being of just moving their bodies. Don't push through the pain, be in the pain, and know what it is. Standing through the 4 points of the left foot. So when you're ready, your arms extend forward, your bum moves back, you're crouching tiger, your bum moves back so that left knee does not surpass. It does not surpass your toes. And then you squeeze it in on your exhale. Inhale, expand it out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, expand it out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale. Exhale. Slow it down so you feel the muscles. So you're literally pressing into the 4 points of your left foot, squatting on your left leg, and you're drawing everything in using your left leg. Let's do a couple more on that side. Make sure you're getting to your 10. I hope you're counting down. I'm gabbing and doing it at the same time. It's really challenging. So as you move through this, you're blossoming your bum and you're hugging it in. I'm going to do one more about that. In breath. That knee does not surpass the toes. Squeeze it in and then shake it off. Shake it off. Perfect. From there, we could release the block. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Blossom your bum. Let yourself hang out. Oh, yeah. Let your head go. Sway your hips. If you need to take your feet wider to do so, do so. Fantastic. The hard part is now we're going to lift the heels, blossom the bum, and begin your descent, your squat. So some of you need to choose another alternative to get down to the floor. Once your bum touches the floor, we do not have our yoga mat. So if you happen to have a blanket and you prefer to sit on a blanket, please do so. I'm just going to turn to face you now once we've sat. And then take a moment to cross your right heel in, your left leg out in front, sitting up nice and tall. Whatever the structures of your pelvis are right now, they could be really high, they could be uncomfortable in this position, so choose a position that you could sit in. Could be a chair, could be virasana, shins together, and we're going to twist. So when you twist towards the right leg, it's twisting in the abdomen first, your belly, then your sternum, and then your left hand can hold the right knee and press, resisting it to turn your sternum more. And that right arm can also revolve and move around so that you can literally press your fingertips into the floor to twist. So when we twist after pelvic movement and stuff like that, it helps to release. Twists are great for releasing, period. So you're twisting. Oh, I like to move towards my left side of my body so that structurally I can lean and lengthen my muscles more. Yeah. In breath, come center. Switch out your shins, equally dividing your pelvic. Say, loop, right hand to left knee, belly button first, sternum second, and then your face. So finding your twist. Oh, I can't wait for restorative, meditate and breathe. And find your twist. So rooting fiercely through both hands to elongate your spine and even lean towards the right leg a little bit for a couple of belly breaths here. Ah, there it is, good. Nice. And then mindfully in breath, come center. And then shift around in your abdominals. Take your legs out in front of you. You can even bring the soles of your feet together. Press your fingertips back behind you and just pause. Big, beautiful belly breaths. Roll your shoulders back. Literally pop your chest forward. You could butterfly your legs a little bit. Doesn't have to be so mechanical. Thank yourself for being in your practice today, your therapeutic 20-minute pelvic care. And then very mindfully just find the cross leg that most suits you for the end of your practice. Reach your arms out, full belly breathing. Say yes to life. Say yes to being you. Say yes to nourishing your vessel, to loving your vessel so that you can be in the moment the most awesome version of yourself. Because your vehicle is well taken care of. Love who you are right now, whether you feel unfit, whether you feel voluptuous, you feel too thin, you feel weak, you feel sluggish, you feel you have no will. I'm saying you met me here on the mat today. It's never too late to begin. Love yourself right now. Say yes, I love myself. Reach those arms nice and broad. Big breath in And then exhale mindfully your hands to your heart center, bowing your face towards your hands with a smile. Breathe in love, breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love, breathe out gratitude. Let us end this practice with the sound of Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May you feel the peace as you learn and be the love. Have faith, trust, and faith that love is everything and that you are divine and you are the point the universe is making. You are love. Namaste, everybody. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me. This is about us being in the moment, creating a new, beautiful, magical world of love. Love the self. I'll see you in the next episodes. If you want more of that, do the 45-minute practice, okay? I'll see you in Restore and meditate and breathe because we can all use that. Namaste.